everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in to KAreen TV, and I have a crazy, crazy, crazy story time for you. It is my date from hell. So just a little bit of a backstory for you guys. This was roughly 10 years ago. This was when Yorkdale still had the food court on top of Holt Renfrew. Also, any slight accent you hear me doing is the guise that he sometimes had on and off with certain words or certain things that he said. He is African, and in no way, shape, or form am I making fun of any African person in this video when I try to mimic his accent. Okay, so here's my story. So as I mentioned, I worked in one of the retail stores in Yorkdale a couple years ago, and I want to say this was closer to the holiday season. And I noticed that this guy would always walk by the store whenever I was working, would always smile and wink and whatever, whatnot. But me, I'm just trying to make my bread, so I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. Okay, so he finally mustered up the courage and was like, okay, I guess I'm going to ask this girl out on a date. So he would ask me for like a month and a half. Any day that I was working, he always made it a priority to come in to see if I was there and ask me out on a date, and I told him no. So after a month and a half of him begging me, I was like, okay, fine. You know what? I'm not even seeing anybody anyway, so let me just go out on a date. Whatever, it's free food. Yes, I thought like that. A lot of girls think like that. Whatever. So I call him and I'm like, okay, so what type of date are we gonna do? We're gonna do movies? Like what? Like just let me know so I know how to dress. So he's like, no, you're gonna wanna dress up. So I was like, okay, fine, cool. I never gave him my address only because of the simple fact that he would not stop coming into my workplace to ask me out on a date. He'd even go in on the days that I wasn't there and ask my manager and coworkers to tell me to let him go on a date with me or try to convince me to go out on a date with him. So that's the reason why I never gave him my address to pick me up. I basically walked to the end of my street onto another street and let him pick me up from there. And I just told him, oh, I just came out of my house, to make it seem like, you know, my house is one of these houses over here, when it was definitely nowhere near there. So we're in this car, very nice vehicle. We go downtown, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant. I want to say maybe it's Tula Lounge or something. I really don't remember. But I had an amazing time, such a good time. We all got up to dance. Thought it was kind of corny, but he was trying to be nice. And he seemed a little bit nervous, so I was like, okay, fine, whatever. Okay, we'll dance. And when we got back to the table and was closer to the time when we were about to leave, like right before he paid, I noticed that this guy pulled out a box and put it on the table. And I'm looking at him like, okay, what's this? And he's like, oh, baby, open it. Mind you, sometimes the accent came on, sometimes it didn't. So I was like, okay, open it. And why did this fucking guy have a fucking diamond bracelet in there? Whether it be real or not, I thought that it was fucking crazy that he had a diamond bracelet. And also I was like, oh wow, I didn't even have to do nothing for a gift. This is great. So he was like, you know, I really think you're a really amazing girl. I really want to get the chance to know you better. Maybe this is a bit too much, but you know, I think you deserve the world and I want to be the one to give it to you. I was like, oh, okay, whatever, yeah. So he pays and we leave and we drive and then we're starting to walk by the lakeshore. And I ended up seeing one of my homeboys. So I'm like, hey, little dap, chopping it up a little bit. And I made it a point to introduce my friend and my homeboy together, or the date, if that's what you want to call him, whatever he was, and my homeboy together. And I introduced them. And I'm noticing, like, I didn't have a long conversation with my friend. I kept it very short and simple. But I did notice the little amount of time that I was speaking to my friend, nigga on the side was getting very upset and very agitated, like pacing back and forth. And so I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this fucking guy? Like, why are you getting upset because I'm talking to an ex guy? Whatever. So my friend leaves, and old boy's like, no woman of mine is gonna be consorting with an ex man. Hand in the air, all up in my face, like, oh, whatever. And I'm like, okay, wait. let's rewind and come again, selector. We are not together. I'm not your woman. We are on a date. We are getting to know each other. You begged and pleaded for me to go out on a date with you, and I finally have said yes. And if this is how you're gonna act, not now, Gonza. So let's just go home. You already sussed the fucking mood for me. Take my ass home. And he's like, oh, no, baby. I'm sorry. You know, I just really like you. Look how long I tried to get you on a date with me, and you finally said yes. So, you know, I'm sorry. I am a bit of a jealous guy. I can't deny that. I think you're beautiful, and I'm really just wanting to get to know you better, and I apologize for that. I'm like, okay, you know, fine, whatever. So we're walking down Lakeshore, continuing, to walk down Lakeshore, and I'm like, okay, yeah, you know, it was fun, but I'm really trying to look past that, and I can't. I really couldn't look past that whole little jealous stint, whatever it was, in my head. So I'm like, okay, please just take me home now. So he's like, okay, fine. I know that he was disappointed, but whatever. And we get in his car, and we're driving, and I'm noticing this fucking guy's taking a fucking wheel around, and I'm like, okay, wait, where are you going? Oh, I just wanted to show you some really nice places, Okay, I don't care if you want to fucking show me any nice places. Dude, I want to go home. This is when the real Torontonian West End chick comes out of me with the whole head bobbing and clapping like, bruh, take my backside home right now. Like, I'm not in for this. Like, I didn't sign up for this. I don't want this fucking shit. Take me home. Why are you going on a fucking detour to take me by houses? Like, this is retarded. I could understand, like, if you were my man and we drove around or whatever, but you're not my man. Just take my fucking ass home. Just take me home. That's all I want. Just take me home. So he goes in through an area called Bridle Path, which has a lot of mansions, and apparently Prince owned a home in that area. They're very big, very beautiful, very nice, and we stop in front of this house, and he's like, you know what? I gave you a nice gesture, and I think now it's time for you to give me one too. I'm like, hold the fucking fuck up. Me give you a nice gesture? What the fuck is that supposed to mean? So I'm thinking that he wants a kiss. Homeboy comes in, okay? He comes in and takes his hand and kind of like wraps it around my head. You know when you're gonna kiss somebody and like hold their face or whatever, and you're like, ugh, whatever, or just one hand to kiss them? So he takes that one hand, wraps it around the back of my head, and pulls me in. And I'm pulling back like crazy, and he's trying to shove my head like literally like down there to, you know, do the do. And I'm like, whoa. Where did you get all this fucking shit from? Like, where did you get me telling you, me no want date you, me no want go on no date with you, to trying to forcefully make me use my mouth on your Johnson? Like, what the hell? Where did you get that from? Where they do that at? Because I never seen that shit before. What? So I just said, okay, you know what? It really started to fucking piss me off. Like, I want to go home. If you're not going to let me go home, if you're not going to drive me home, whatever, let me out of this fucking car so I can get a ride. He's getting upset, swearing, speaking in his language, all this other fucking foolishness. Luckily, fucking security fucking rose up behind us, high beaming and all that fucking shit. Then the fucking security guy, like a fucking jackass, comes around. Well, you know, you guys can't be doing those kind of things in front of this house because, you know, the owners are home and they've called security and they need you guys to move, because if you guys aren't going to see them or you're not going to visit anybody in this area, you guys need to chuck it on off. And I'm like, looking at him like, please help me, you know, like, that's definitely not what I'm trying to do. So this nigga is talking to the fucking security guard and trying to all key, be nice with him and whatever fucking shit. So I'm on the phone. The same homeboy that I just saw downtown, I message him because I know he's probably gonna be in the area because he lives in the east. And the area that we're in is slightly in the east end. So I'm messaging him and I'm like, please, I'm in Bridle Path. I think I'm on this street. Please just come draw for me. Please. If you don't hear from me in like 5 minutes, take your ass wherever you're from. I don't care if you're cutting a ting, whatever the case may be, bitchin', but leave whatever it is you're doing and come draw for me, because I'm way too far from home. Yes, I can jump on a TTC, which is our transit system, that's the name of it, or I can hop in a taxi, but I'm not in any area that I can tell a taxi where to pick me up, because I don't know the name of the street, and they're gonna get lost because there's so many little different side streets within this little mansion area. So he knows exactly kind of where I'm at. So I'm like, okay, 5 fucking minutes. You don't hear from me in 5 fucking minutes. Call the police, call SWAT team, call whoever, because I don't know what this guy's gonna do. I don't know if he's gonna try to rape me. I don't know if he's gonna try to beat me up or kill me, or maybe all in the same. Like, I don't know. But you just fucking make sure 5 fucking minutes. Luckily, he was on his way home when I'm messaging him. So all this time, this guy's still talking to the fucking security guard, and I'm there messaging my homeboy like, yo, hurry the hell up. So I'm still looking at security like, help me, help me, help me. And he's looking like, oh, is everything okay? Is everything okay? And I'm looking at him like, not trying to open up my mouth and say anything, because I don't know. This guy could have been a fucking serial killer. Like, I don't know what he's capable of doing. So I don't want to say anything and then he kills this guy and then kills me, you know? Maybe I'm thinking a little crazy at that point, but I watched too much fucking scary movies, okay? I've seen enough in my day. So I just kept my fucking mouth shut and tried to give him that look like, dude, help me. Which he fucking didn't. The fucking jackass went back in his car. But before he went back in his car, I remember him mentioning, I'm coming back here in 5 minutes. And if you guys are still here in 5 minutes, I'm calling the police on you. So this boy turns back on his car, wheels in a next area in Bridle Path, and stops, looks at me with this like evil grin, like, yeah, you gonna suck this dick today, look, and grabs my head again and tries to like get me to do the do. So me being me, I'm fighting, of course, and I just punched him down there, and I tried to just, you know, defend myself, use these paws on a nigga, and my friend, my phone's ringing. I jump out of the car, grab my bag, all that other stuff. I must have left some other stuff in the car. I can't remember. I just remember that I had my bag and my phone. And I remember that I was missing like a few things. Like I was missing a set of keys, but the set of keys was for work, so I didn't care. And some keys and stuff for like my locker at school and whatever. So I still didn't even care then. And calling my homeboy, and he's like, yeah, I'm just around the corner, where are you guys? And I'm like, when we turned that corner, I remembered the name of the fucking street, so I told him. He's like, oh yeah, I'm right there. And I'm like, please come quick. So my friend does this Fast and Furious thing and comes around the corner, jumps out of the car like, yo, wagwan, Regin, like, wagwan. And homeboy comes out of his car, they're exchanging words, and I'm like, yo, please, I don't even want to be here. I don't know what this fucking guy's capable of doing. Please, like, can you just take me home? Please, like, I'm begging you, like, please, with everything in me, just please, just take me home. I will give you $50 for gas. I don't care. Just take me home, please. I don't want to be here anymore. I've had a terrible evening. I just want to go home, please. So they're still cussing each other, and my homeboy's like, okay, yeah, you know what? It's really not even worth it. So I'm just gonna take you home. So we jump in his car. He takes me home. And I think 2 or 3 days later, I go into work, and this guy, they're like, oh, he's been passing by to see if you were here the 3 days that you haven't been working. And I'm like, what is wrong with this guy? I changed my number as soon as I got in. I had called my service provider. I had changed my phone number. I changed all my email addresses. Like, I did everything so this motherfucker couldn't find me. And he didn't even know the street that I lived on. And I would purposely, going home, go to, like, where my mom lives, there's buildings. So I purposely, like, get off where the buildings are and walk inside and go to the back door and walk outside from the back door and jump on top of hop the fucking fences and get into my backyard and walk to my house. So that way he couldn't actually see the front of the house. Like, that's how afraid I was of this guy. He would come by my job all the time and give me this look like, and what made it even worse is, I guess because his family has money and they know a lot of people, they're very well connected. Like, he knew a lot of head ups, like a lot of people that could do a lot of damage in terms of me ever getting a job again in Yorkdale, that being said, so I just kept my mouth shut. I would see him with these people. I just didn't say anything. And he'd give me that look like, yeah, you better not say anything, or you better go back out on a date with me, or else I'm going to get you fired. I did tell my manager, so that way she knew what was going on. I never told my parents because my dad, mad sick, Ed no good when it comes to his kids. A week and a half after that, I went to Thailand to visit my sister, and I guess because I just vanished, he vanished. Like, I've never seen that guy. It's been 10 years. I have never seen that guy again. I've gone to Yorkdale. I have gone to other malls. I've been in the Yorkdale area. I've been in the area that I know that his family has lived in. I've never seen him. And it wasn't that I was looking for him. It was just my peoples are in that area, or I'm going to go get something in that area because that's a store in that area is the only one that carries something that I need or whatever, you know? But I've never seen that guy again, and I hope that I never buck him again, because now that I'm much older, I think it would be a problem, especially if I told my brother, which is probably going to be watching this shortly. He'd probably want to be like, yo, who's this guy? Where is he? Let me buck him. But yeah, that was my crazy, scary experience. You guys let me know if you've ever had a crazy date from hell, scary date, whatever. Let me know. Leave them comments down below, and I will see you guys another time. I know.